Help support the show by joining the Patreon or becoming a YouTube member. Also, hit that like button and subscribe if you want more Browns-focused content. We are on with JP ACOSTA from CBS Sports, and we got to talk about it. The offensive line class, and I want to sneak in some Jaguars talk here too. But let's talk about this offensive line class. From what I'm hearing, the guard class is not bad. The tackle class is part of a larger trend, which is we just ain't got them anymore. It's a chip shortage when it comes to tackles. Like, we ain't got the fabs to produce these anymore, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I think this tackle class, if we're going to start with the tackles, there's probably a couple guys that I really like. I like Spencer Fano from Utah. I also like Caleb Lomu, who also plays at Utah. I think everybody else is a little bit more projection. And I think a lot of guys might actually benefit from moving inside. Like Francis Maigoa from Miami, I actually think he would benefit from playing guard instead of tackle. But I think what's happened at the college level and what's happened at the NFL level, we always do this thing every year where it's like there's an offensive line shortage in the NFL, and it's correct. And the biggest reason is because offensive line is a very thankless job. One, it's a very thankless job, and two, I just want people to go outside and try and find somebody who's 6'5", 300 plus pounds that isn't already playing offensive lineman for somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, there's just not a lot of big dudes, and all the big dudes that are available actually want to play defensive line because defensive line is actually where it's cool and where it's all fun. I'm incredibly unbiased as a former defensive lineman, but defensive line is where all the money's made. So offensive tackle, there's just a shortage right now, and also I think offensive tackle and offensive line development has hit a little bit of a lull, like where you're not seeing a lot of great offensive line coaches. When you think of offensive line coaching in the NFL, you're thinking Jeff Stoutland, you're thinking Andy Heck in Kansas City, you're thinking Bill Callahan, you're thinking Aaron Kromer in Buffalo. That's like 4 guys. Maybe Adam Stenavich is 5 in Green Bay. Outside of that, like, man, it's hard out here, you know? So I think it comes down to development and acquisition for why this offensive tackle class is a little thin. But like you said, the guard class is really fun.
Yeah. Let's stay on the tackle thing because there's so much competition for dudes who are 6'7" and have good feet, right? And that's like ultimately what you need to be a tackle is like long arms, good feet, 6'7". If you can shoot a jump shot, you ain't playing tackle.
If you're 6'7" and have good feet, you're playing like power forward. You're a stretch 4 in the NBA.
Yeah, or it's like, would you rather just rush the passer? Right. Like, I mean, even now, I think there's more of an appreciation for like defensive tackles than what there used to be. But edges, like that's the new hot position, right? Like, that's where everybody's getting that deal.
If you're 6'7" and can move your feet, congratulations, you're now a tight end.
Oh yeah, tight ends starting to get that money too.
You get to catch passes and score touchdowns.
How do you fix that problem? Like, do we just need a Joe Paterno of his time to step in and just be like, hey, brother, you're playing tackle. I don't care what you think you could do with that. Like, or our team's going to have to start doing what Alabama doing with Caden Proctor, which is like, hey, man, we begging you to stay at tackle. Like, we'll give you ball. We'll give you run plays. Like, we'll make it fun.
We need Darnell Washington to actually play tackle. That is what we need to revolutionize the sport. We need him to actually play tackle because it shows that big dudes who want to play tight end, like, hey, bro, it might not work for you. You might not be that caliber of guy at tight end, but I can tell you, you will actually be a $20+ million player at tackle if you wanted to be.
This is why we need more personalities at the quarterback position, because I believe the unattractiveness of the offensive line correlates directly with the fact that we don't got quarterbacks out here that be trying to flex and get their whole offensive line escalades anymore, right? Like, what happened to that quarterback? You know, like that's why I need Michael Penix to be out there doing like, nah, I got you, big fella. Like,
give everybody on the offensive line do-rags.
Oh yeah, lifetime pass to Wings at Magic City on me forever, right? Like, we gonna make this cool to be. We got all these dudes wearing chains now. We can't have chain day for the offensive line. You know what I mean? Like,
we need tight ends have National Tight End Day. We need a National Offensive Line Day.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're a quarterback and you see this shortage, it is in your best benefit to go ahead and kid out your offensive line. Like, yeah, man, let me ice you up. Let me make you look nice. You know, let you motivate these kids to do them steps, because it's not fun. It is thankless, and you got to go up against Myles Garrett. Like, that's not, like, you want to do all that work, and then Myles Garrett just come out here and just show you how useless it is? Like...
And then sometimes you'll do the work, you'll play a Myles Garrett, you'll play pretty well, and then the quarterback drifts out the pocket. And now you're blamed for it.
And now they looking at you. Like,
and it's like, I did everything I could.
We need a boss of offensive tackles. We need somebody out there that dares to wear number 8 and play offensive line.
We need to let offensive linemen wear 0. Yeah. I think that'll change it.
Yeah, this is how many pressures I'm giving up. Like, you know, I need somebody to put it on their chest. Like,
so Utah has this player. They call him a tight end, but he's like 6'5", 300 pounds. And they put him in a number 49, which is basically, you're darn near an offensive lineman if you're wearing 49 like that. Come on, let's not play with it.
Or you're the greatest special teamer on earth.
Yeah, and they'll like throw him passes and stuff, but in reality, when he is in the game, he is in there to block. And I think that's what we need. We need offensive linemen that are willing to wear like 49 or something and just be in there ready to house guys and occasionally catch a pass.
If you're an NFL scouting department, you need to just like start funding TikTok aura, like the little aura edits of offensive linemen. It'll be like, yeah, man, we making it sexy again. Like, that's what happened. It just got out of style. Like, it was kind of cool in the early 2000s to be a big dude playing offensive line. Like, you know, they figured out how to make that work. And then we got it out of style again. And I'm just like, nah, we need to make that back in style. We need some fat guy touchdowns. I think that always works. You know what I mean? As much as this country gets mad at the chubby folk when they see him in the athletic sphere, they be happy as hell when he be successful. Like, my point with Zion has always been this: let him be chubby and dunk like how he dunks, and then see if America don't love that.
Hey, DJ Burns, incredible.
They got DJ Burns in an extra small jersey. Like, they just trying to sabotage people, man. Like, you see that clip? It's crazy. By the way, DJ Burns, come learn the kick slide. You know what I mean? You are an offensive tackle. Please get this money. Like, you know, I know it's not glorious. I know it's not a fun. Let them wear fun visors. You know, bring back the little like zigzag visors they used to wear. They need to just find ways to make that fun again. We need to just start giving offensive linemen nicknames.
That's what I think Protector of the Year is going to do really well, because now they have their own like award. So it should help like boost like morale a little bit.
We need 2 types of awards. There's the Protector of the Year, and then there's the Ass Kicker of the Year. You know, you got to get the guards something to get going too. You know, you can't lose the guards. The guards are the ass kickers, right? Like what happened to Shamar Stewart? Yeah, it's only a guard gonna do that to you. Right?
We need to start putting together like plays of the year, and it's just offensive lineman pancake reels.
I'm telling you, man, we need them aura edits, you know, go get on it, Gen Z, put them TikTok edits out there, you know, of just big people moving stuff. It's fun to watch. I don't understand why people act like there's no glory to it. You ever see somebody move a 275 pounder out the fucking way? It is fantastic.
What's more fun than moving somebody in a sport against their will?
And they try everything. Like, they work 7 days a week to make sure you can't do that. And you doing that to them.
Doing it anyway.
Yeah. What's more American than that? You know what I mean?
It's the American dream.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Bulldozing shit. Like, that's what we do. Like that is why we will never have a threat at football. Nobody gonna bulldoze shit like America. Like what?
And y'all want to sit here and tell me that the passing game is more efficient. Man, I don't care.
Yeah, all right, yeah, let's get some ass kickers in there. You know what I mean? Like that's what we need. We need the Jim Harbaugh of offensive line. Like that's
you know what we need. We need more offensive linemen as offensive coordinators.
That's real.
We need offensive linemen calling plays because you know what it's gonna be? Every play run. We're running.
That's real. We need to bring back offensive linemen with head tattoos. I don't feel like that's another thing. We need to look for more unhinged places for offensive linemen because I don't feel like they're coming anymore. Like, you know,
we need like the sleeve tattoos.
Yeah. Like it feel like these guys be coming off the assembly line clean cut nowadays. I'm like, that's not how they were when I was growing up. Like, you had an offensive tackle come off your bench. He looked like Bam Bam Bigelow. I'm like, now that's a tackle.
And like he come from like Cal State Fullerton or something.
Like when the last time you seen an offensive lineman with the barbed wire tattoo?
You don't get that anymore.
You don't get that. And that's what's killing the game. We need that stuff to get back. Heavy metal needs to come back. That's what we need, right?
We need an offensive lineman edit. If you're listening to this and you're good on TikTok, we need you to make an edit of offensive linemen set to like Pantera or something.
Look, I have watched over the last 5 years. All it took was Big E saying big men slapping meat to have hoss matches be a thing in wrestling again. To the point to where, like, you know, Brody Lee might be my favorite guy. I mean, Brody King might be my favorite guy. But we need the same thing done for Big E. Get on it. You know what I mean?
If Big E's gonna do it, we need it for
college game day more often.
We need it for offensive line and defensive line. Too many times we let quarterbacks control the discussion about the sport. Like look at like we talk about with college game day. Pat McAfee, punter.
Come on.
Kirk Herbstreit, quarterback. Desmond Howard, receiver. Nah. Nick Saban, cool. We need some linemen. We need some linemen to control the discussion. Because you know what we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about the line of scrimmage. That's where the game's won.
And look, man, we don't need Joe Thomas out there being a professional media person. You know, Andrew Whitworth being a professional media person. Nah. Who's that one dude who was 5'10" playing center for the Colts? AJ something. That's the guy that we need over here. I need offensive linemen who wear neck rolls back in the league. Like that's what
we need to bring the neck roll back.
You know what I mean? Neck roll, tape,
like the cowboy collar.
Tied fist. I need you to look like you about to wrestle Dusty Rhodes in the 1980s.
Bring me linemen that look like Stan Hansen.
Yeah, like that's what I need. And we need to get back to. We've had fun talking about the offensive line class, but we're gonna get into the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Browns side of this conversation in just a minute. Just give me a second to thank my sponsor, Sleeper. Real quick, just want to let you guys know Sleeper has a new offer here. They're offering a free $20 entry, no deposit required. And also, if you're a first-time user, you also will receive a 100% match on up to $100 when you use the promo code WORSTTAKE. Again, $20 free, no deposit required. Plus, first-time users also receive a 100% deposit match up to $100. Join Sleeper. But let's talk about these Jaguars because it's been an interesting season for you. Now, I have been watching the Jaguars season, and as an outsider, I saw y'all beat the Chiefs, and I'm not going to lie to you, JP. You know what my first thought was after y'all beat the Chiefs?
Y'all, the pick gonna be in the 20s.
No, I saw y'all beat the Chiefs. So I'm like, that's going to be the happiest moment of their season right there. Like, I was like, oh, they peaked. Like, immediately. You ever watch Arrested Development?
Yes.
There's this one scene where, like, you know, he has this crush on Maybe, right? And Maybe's like, yeah, I'll meet you in the prison cell, you know, after this thing. And then Michael Cera has this look on his face where he's like, and then they pause and like, this was the happiest moment of Michael's life. When y'all beat the Chiefs, I was like, That's it right there. Like, they aren't going to be happier than they are in this moment. And then they traded for Greg Newsome, and Greg Newsome proceeded to give up like 3 touchdowns. Like,
See, the vibes got bad once you make trades.
so what do you make of this season for Jacksonville, right? The ups, the downs, like what can you take away that's like, maybe in the long term this is going to be good? How do you feel about the team in the short term?
If you were to tell me before the season that the Jaguars be sitting at 5-4 in the first year of a head coach and the first year GM, I'd be pretty excited. I mean, I said before the season I was hoping for 9-8, and they are currently on track for 9-8.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's not just the 5-4; it's how they've gotten to 5-4 with most of the games. Like, I think the Seahawks game was pretty close. I think the Rams game was just a blowout, and then you have the Texans game where it kind of falls apart in the fourth quarter, and you're thinking same old Jaguars. But I do think that the process of how you got to 5-4 is part of why there's a little bit of dang, what could have been. Because they've all been pretty winnable games, and I think the biggest thing is you haven't seen the major explosiveness jump from the offense for a lot of major factors. So I think for this team, I said going into the season 9-8, they're sitting on track for 9-8. If they're like right now, they're sitting at the 7th seed. They have the tiebreaker over the Chiefs because of that game. And if they actually do make the playoffs, cool. That'd be great. If not, like it's obviously gonna suck because of where they were to start the first quarter of the season. But this is a long-term build, and there are a lot of flaws that this team has that just aren't gonna get fixed in 1 year.
That's fair. How do you feel about this trade that they made? Well, we'll talk about one trade at a time. How do you feel about the draft day trade that they made, Travis Hunter? Obviously, it's so hard to tell because Travis got hurt, and now he's on IR and out for the season, unfortunately. And you guys didn't make that trade for just 1 year, right? Like that's going to be something that's going to be judged over multiple years. From the Cleveland perspective of it, the Travis Hunter killing us part was really about this year for him, right? Because it's like, how much is that going to affect your draft order? If y'all win 13 games and Travis Hunter wins Rookie of the Year, we're going to feel like assholes for trading Travis Hunter, right? But since that's not on the table, and you're happy with what you got out of Quinshawn, you're happy with what you got out of Mason Graham so far, and you got that extra first, I think from the Cleveland perspective of it, we're looking at that trade going, yeah, that made sense for us. You know, does that trade still make sense for y'all?
I think if both teams were given the opportunity to do the trade again, I think they would do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because before the injury, you could tell Travis was trending upwards.
Mm-hmm.
I think what happened in the first quarter of the season, why everybody's like, why isn't Travis Hunter playing more? Yada, yada, yada. Because he was actually he was actually playing both sides of the ball and still trying to learn both playbooks. And that's something that isn't easy. And as you're trying to do something new for the first time, they really couldn't figure out how to get him to play both sides of the ball effectively. But then they decided just let him play receiver, which I still think that he should be a full-time corner. But I think letting him play one position full-time and be part-time at the other is going to really help him in the long run. So like you said, this is a long-term deal, but I do think that the rest of the draft class outside of Travis Hunter has left a little bit to be desired, which is why you had to nail the picks outside of the trade. Because if the trade doesn't work year one, you have to nail those other guys. And for the most part, I mean, Caleb Ransaw hasn't played at all this year, been on IR. Rayon Lane has been a special teamer. Bishal Tootin is okay. I think he's sort of been getting outsnapped and sort of phased out by LaQuint Allen, who is awesome. Like LaQuint Allen might be one of my favorite offensive players on the Jaguars. Wyatt Milam can't get any reps. Jack Kaiser is a special teamer. Like you have a bunch of okay outside of Travis Hunter, who was supposed to be the star of this trade and the star of this draft class. And obviously that didn't go the way anybody expected. So I think for both teams to really say whether the trade was a win or loss, we have to see what happens next year with who the Browns get in this year's draft class with the Jaguars pick.
Who is the players the Browns get with that Jaguars pick where you're like, oh, what they won? Like, in your mind.
I don't really know, because I think if it was the Jaguars pick and they had a first round draft pick, I would want them to pick an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman, like especially a defensive tackle or an offensive tackle. And those two spots are both spots this year where like the first round talent just isn't there.
Yeah.
So like I could sit here and say like I can sit here and they'll probably call a homer and be like, oh well, you're just saying that because it's the Jags, but what tackle are they gonna pick at that spot? I mean, Caleb Lomu might be good. Spencer Fano plays right tackle, and I don't think they're moving off of Anton Harrison. So outside of that, like
you're not going to have much FOMO
tough
with the pick, you know?
Yeah, it's not going to be super FOMO if it's an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman. I will say if it's Carnell Tate or any receiver, I hope that the Browns are happy. That's the big thing. Like if they draft a receiver there, I hope that they do well there because I think it'll make sense because this receiver class is really good.
Yeah, look, if the Browns get out to this draft with a quarterback and a wide receiver for the first time in my lifetime, JP, trust me, we will be happy. Like if they're good, oh my goodness.
Good.
You're about to see a city get behind players like you've never seen it before. We were talking about some of this stuff, but I'll wait till we get to the quarterback portion of this. The Greg Newsome trade. How do y'all feel about that one? Because it's been interesting hearing Jaguar fans have the same complaints about Greg Newsome that I've heard Browns fans have, which is like Greg Newsome celebrates everything all the time. And like we used to think that was a Jim Schwartz thing because Jim Schwartz like negatively grades people they don't celebrate and like get juice. He's just doing that out there in Jacksonville now.
I think the biggest indictment of what Greg Newsome has brought to the team was Brock Bowers catching a one-handed touchdown against Greg Newsome. Greg Newsome celebrating like it was an incompletion. He is so good at antagonizing people.
Oh yeah.
But he also gives up a big play like every other drive. So it just makes it difficult because like you love the juice and the energy that he brings, but that margin for error is so thin at that corner spot because Travis Hunter's more of a full-time receiver. And you traded away Tyson Campbell, who I don't think was like their star corner. And I feel like Tyson Campbell has been exactly what Tyson Campbell was in Jacksonville while he is in Cleveland.
It's Denzel Ward's there now, like right, like
yeah, he's better suited off as a cornerback too because Denzel Ward's there. So I just think that Greg Newsome, he is probably their best outside corner because Jordan Lewis is a nickel. But even then, I think Jerry and Jones might be better than him. So it's a little tough for him because everything is around like he gives up so many big plays. And that's the biggest thing. If you're gonna talk shit, you gotta not give up a 50-yard touchdown every play.
No, Greg Newsome like motivates wide receivers. Like I remember when it was like Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd, and they were on a podcast. They were like, the Browns, they do a great job of matching up with us. They got really good players, and Denzel Ward, he's so underrated. He's really one of the best corners. Like I have so much trouble against him. I talk to other wide receivers. There's so much respect for the Browns, except for Greg Newsome. I'm gonna get your ass. I was like, damn.
What did Greg do?
Be saying?
Look, man.
Look, every time Jamar, you ever go back and watch these Bengals games? Whenever they catch something on Greg Newsome, it's always like you.
It's every time somebody plays Greg Newsome, it's always Greg Newsome. And my mom used to tell me this. I'm the oldest of 5 siblings. Whenever I would go get into an argument with my younger sister and then go get into another argument with my younger brother, my mom would be like, look, you got into an argument with your sister, you got into an argument with your brother. The common denominator is you. Like you getting into fights with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Rashad Bateman. You getting into fights with George Pickens.
Yeah.
JSN. Eventually the common denominator is you.
The George Pickens thing's been going on for a while. Yeah. Yeah, that's beef that started in Cleveland for sure. I think they got in a fist fight.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, he's that dude for our secondary. And at one time, we started Martin Emerson at corner 2. And Martin Emerson fights people. like his favorite artist is NBA Youngboy. Like that's who Martin. And they were like, nah, Martin don't really be like that. It be Greg. I'm like, what does Greg do? What does he be whispering out there? It must be outrageous what he's saying.
I don't know, man.
It's got to be something different out there. Do you think that they let James Gladstone call Andrew Berry until the end of the league year? Like, do you think they shut down that?
No, I think they let him keep talking because there's clearly like they're boys like that. They've been talking for a minute now, so I think they let him keep going. But before they make a trade, Tony Baselli got to be in there. Like, hey man, let's just get another
trade. It made so much sense, and then somebody pointed out that Greg might be your best corner now, and I'm like, oh.
I don't think he's the best corner. I think he is. Jordan Lewis is the best corner on the team, but Jordan Lewis also plays nickel.
Yeah,
so
and that's kind of where you need to play Greg, where he's not going to burn you all the time.
But the issue is, I think Greg Newsome is better than Buster Brown, but not better than Jerry and Jones.
Yeah.
So now you have like three guys, and Jerry and Jones is better at nickel than he is outside. Yeah. So now you have all these different puzzle pieces
that all need to go in the same
spot.
That
don't really fit together. And you're just like, man, you know what would really help? Travis Hunter. But he's gone for the season.
Yeah, he's not coming back. So yeah, it's a tough one with the Greg Newsome thing, because that Florida heat plus that antagonism, I don't think that's gonna go well for Gregory. Like, who was it? Was it Jalen Ramsey that used to love to antagonize people like that? He learned his lesson against AJ
Yeah, but
Green.
Jalen Ramsey backed it up.
That's what I'm saying. And even he learned his lesson. AJ Green.
Yeah. And now there's Nico Collins in the division. But the good thing is for Greg Newsome, there aren't as many combustible elements at receiver in the AFC South.
That's true.
Like, there is no George Pickens or Jamar Chase.
Yeah, they seem like they have some pretty well-mannered wide receivers there. Yeah. Well, who knows? You know, we might not know. There might be a new one coming in, you know.
The only thing you really have to worry about is like the Texans defense, because they will fight you. Actually, they probably go into the game looking to fight Greg Newsome.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be tired of him two times a year. Wait till they get him 2 times a year. They hate everybody we played. Hated that man. It's like it'd be normal. It'd be it'd be Rashad Bateman. I'd be like, what? What is he doing to Rashad Bateman? Like,
you gotta say something crazy,
yeah,
to get Rashad Bateman like fired up like that.
I'm like, I get it if it's Zay Flowers. He's small and angry. He got to play like that. But dog, you pissing off Rashad Bateman? Like,
who do we think would be Greg Newsome's like magnum opus of antagonization?
Bro, if he get Lad McConkey to beat his ass, like that's gonna be that's gonna be the one that gives him the Cortland Finnegan attack for the rest of his career. I don't know who's the worst person he could like. Who's the Andre Johnson equivalent to the NFL right now? I don't know if we got one. I feel like Jamar Chase is waiting.
Amon-Ra.
You think Amon-Ra? I'm gonna go Jamar Chase, because what, Jamar Chase from Louisiana?
Yeah.
Never seen a wide receiver from Louisiana with bad hands. Just go put that out there.
Amon-Ra dad is Mr. Olympia though.
Ooh.
He got family. Like,
but Amon-Ra got a podcast though. So does that deduct points?
Spin Zone, he can go talk about it on his podcast. That's free content.
And he does get the benefit of the doubt, because people seem to be like, oh, he's a nice guy. What'd you do to Amon-Ra?
Who else would it be?
Like, shocking would be like if T. Higgins beat your ass. Like, I've never heard T talk. Like, oh man.
Oh, like Cortland Sutton.
AJ Brown?
No, that he from Mississippi, and he's short. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, is AJ Brown the one that's like, hey, bro, he'd have been pushed to the limit in Philadelphia?
No, I think it's Devontae Smith.
Oh, Louisiana. Another dude for
I think
Louisiana.
Devontae Smith is the higher combustible element than AJ Brown. AJ Brown just doesn't get the ball. Devontae Smith is skinny, always been skinny, from Louisiana, always had to fight. And when you see all those TikToks the Eagles put of like the players' kids will ask like who says the most cuss words or the curse words in the locker room. Everybody said Devontae Smith.
Did you ever hear that one quote, that one clip? He was on a podcast with a bunch of his Alabama guys. He's like, the only time Nick Saban got mad at me, they hit me in the face. So, I ain't just going to let that happen. Came right back to him. I ain't really think about this shit. And it's like, and also Devontae Smith is built like Floyd Mayweather. Like, I know some people like look at like the DK Metcalfs of the world, be like, you don't want to mess with that guy. Nah, I look at the Devontae Smiths of the world, I'm like, nah, them knuckles hurt.
Nah, DK has mastered the art of the helmet grab as his fight. Like he'll grab your face mask and like not let you go. I don't think DK is gonna throw a lot of punches.
No. Like usually when you that big, you don't have to be tested. Nobody's trying to test. The only guy I ever seen that big that knew how to fight, and this is why I knew Louisiana was a crazy place, Leonard Fournette. I'm like, why does he know how to fight? Why have people tested him?
There are bigger fish in those waters.
That man been bald his whole life.
There are bigger fish in those waters.
It was like, no, they saw Leonard Fournette, was like, I got to see if he real. That's a different place, man.
That is an online server.
Let me tell you, Devonta Smith wasn't a wide receiver. He'd be welterweight champion of the world, right? Like, no doubt about it. Like, that man in a different world. If Devonta Smith played football in the 90s, he would be the boxer. He would be a boxer. Like, those are the dudes that boxing lost is Devonta Smith.
Again, there's a reason why every Eagles player, when they ask like who was the guy, it's Devontae Smith.
Yeah, man. You got to listen to the players. They know. They know because they be slap boxing for fun sometimes.
I think Greg Newsome going on a world tour of just rage baiting receivers would be incredible content.
I need him to get traded to like the Cowboys. I need to see something. Like I need him against practice against George Pickens every day, and then having reason to have beef with the. I need to see that.
No, you know what would be better? You trade him to the Eagles. Because the Eagles and Cowboys already don't like each other.
Yeah.
Now you play George Pickens twice a year.
And then like you give him Chauncey's number because that's like basically
it's like the Avatar.
That's like, oh, okay, this is what he do. He annoys people.
You accept the spirit of Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
What if we find out he don't even be saying nothing? He just the dude that clapped real loud on the football field and that just piss everybody off.
Oh no, I don't think that'd be true at all. I think they'd be lying to me. He absolutely says something.
He be in your ear all game.
just annoying.
Just adding extra to it too when he shuts you down. It's like, oh yeah, he's soft. Why I gotta be soft? It was good technique, I truly gotta know. Because did he play with Odell? He played with Odell Beckham while he was at Cleveland, right?
I think so.
Yeah. He was drafted in 2021. Odell was here until 2021. So there was a little bit of overlap there. But I always found it interesting when Denzel Ward would talk about working out in the off season. And he's like, yeah, me and Martin been working out. I'm like, Greg ain't been invited? No, me and Martin were working out. Me, Martin, and D'Anthony Bell. That's strange. Where's Greg in that scenario? It's just those two.